Your notebook. Let's write algebraic expression. This is something that should be very easy, but yet turns out to be very difficult because of the terminology or the way things can be written different ways. Now, algebraic. What does algebraic mean? Algebraic expression.
Does it change stuff to just numbers?
No. An algebraic expression is a problem, or is an expression with a variable. If it doesn't have a variable, if it's all numbers, we call that a numerical expression. Okay, so algebraic involves a variable, numerical. With no variables, or with all numbers. Now, what we're going to talk about today it's going to sound like word problems. Now, when we have word problems, what keywords tell us it's addition?
Total.
Evan?
I was gonna put some.
What? Aiden?
Increase.
All together. Okay, we can add more to that later. Subtraction.
Difference.
Not really. It could possibly be.
Take away. Decreased.
How about less? And you can also throw in less than, possibly. You can put the than in parentheses because it could be less or it might be less than. With that in mind for addition, more, maybe more than.
Will you give me my homework then for today? For on Friday?
Anything else for subtraction? We can think of some more later on. For multiplying. Each. A. One. Per. Things like that. Product. Maybe twice. Meaning times 2. Times. For division, a lot of the same ones. Each A 1 per. Instead of product, the answer to a division problem is quotient. Instead of twice, it might be half, meaning divided by 2. So now, what we're going to be doing for homework tonight is we're going to apply these types of things to an algebraic equation. But here's where it sometimes can get confusing, and especially confusing with subtraction. You might think, well, how can a subtraction problem be confusing? Let's take this. 6 minus A. One way you can say it is just like I said it, right? 6 minus A. What's another way you could write that?
6 subtracted by A? Or
6 subtracted by A? How about this? A less than 6. That's one that gets confusing because you think, when you read it, A less than 6, people would say 8A minus 6. But what is 5 less than 7? 5 less than 7 is?
Isn't that -2?
5 less than 7. You're at 7, you're going 5 less than that would be 2. Okay? So whenever you're going A less than 6, that means you're taking A from 6. Now if we do this, A minus 6. Well, I just said it, A minus 6. What's another way? A subtracted by 6. In this situation, 6 less than A. Because whatever A is, we're going 6 less than that. How about A decreased by 6? How about if we have this? One way you could write that, you could say that as what? The easiest way would be
6 plus A.
6 plus A. How else could you say that?
6 increased by A?
What else?
Would it be A more than 6?
Very good. Because you're at 6 and now you're going A more than that.
Is this what we're going to be doing on homework?
Yes.
Like writing?
No, they're going to give you these types of things and they're going to ask you to write the algebraic expression. about if we have this?
Six times A.
Oh, never mind.
Is it 6 per A? That doesn't.
You could possibly. How about this?
Oh.
The product of 6 and A. How about if we have this? Obviously, the first way would be
6 divided by B.
six divided by B. How about quotient of 6 and B? Have all numbers to combination. Using 6 and a B, they look so much alike. Sorry about that. Shayna.
Wait. I think this is what I was gonna say. B half of 6.
No, because
Oh.
that would mean dividing by 2. Half means dividing by 2. Okay? So these are all different ways to write this problem. These are all different ways to write this problem, and so on. Okay? And so that's what you're going to be doing for homework, because they're going to give you equation or word problems, and they're going to ask you to write the algebraic expression. Okay? Questions about that? Now, the other thing that they're going to do. They're going to give you a problem like this. Now, when they give you something like that, what's the first thing you're going to have to do?
Solve it.
Solve what?
3 plus 5.
So, when they do this, they're going to tell you the sum of 3 and 5 times C. If they tell you the sum, or if they tell you the difference of something times another number, if you see the sum or the difference or the product or the quotient, that means, and if it's a 3-step problem, that means that you need to find, in this situation, the sum first. If they say the difference, okay, that means you're going to have to subtract first, and then once you find the difference, take that times C.
I'll let you know after I check everything. The first test I did, I tried to find it on a computer, and I don't know if it'll have the clear access to
Okay.
do it or not, but I'll let you know when I figure it out.
Okay, sounds
Thanks
good.
for your time.
Sure. Okay, so does that make sense? If it's a 2-step problem, and they tell you to find the sum, or here, the difference of 5 and 3 times C. Now that means we have to find the difference first. Okay? Questions about this? If they were to say the product of 6 and 8 minus 4, what are you going to do first? The product of 6 and 8 minus 4. That means you're going to do what first? You have to find the product. So you're going to multiply 6 times 8 and then subtract 4. Real quick, what about this one? than the sum of 8 and 9. 3 less than the sum of 8 and 9. What's the first thing you're going to have to find? The sum, meaning we're going to add 8 and 9. Then, we're going to go 3 less than that. So now, what are we going to do?
Minus 3.
Minus 3. Now, if they said this, 12 minus the sum of 2 and 5. 12 minus the sum of 2 and 5. What's the first thing you're going to have to find? First thing you'd have to find is, Aiden? The sum of 2 and 5. So that's going to go in parentheses. Now what?
Then you go to minus 12.
You're going to take 12 minus it. Because it says 12 minus the sum. Here it says 3 less than. That's why it goes minus 3 there. Okay? So you can see how it's kind of like a play on words. And you have to understand what they're trying to get you to do. Okay, any questions? Those of you that came in, if you can't get these all down, you can look on the YouTube thing. Okay, your homework.